UK's premier mental health podcast.
6 months.
6 months.
Going
6
strong.
months.
I know.
If our podcast was a baby in our wombs,
it would not be born.
It would be viable with extensive medical support, though.
Yeah, it's got like fingernails and stuff.
Exactly. And we'd be having a bit of a bump so people could talk to us about it.
I was thinking it's really nice to like do a project with someone else over that length of time and to like see it develop. Because I think we've like both gone in like a slightly different direction than when we started it. And that's been very like natural, but it's just like kind of nice to bounce off someone like that. I appreciate
I appreciate you.
I appreciate you. Because like with my own like my solo work, like writing, it's like you don't really notice the changes so much over time. Like I don't go back and read my own writing, but when there's like two people, because you're having those discussions all the time. I don't know. We're just going to talk about like films this time and mental health.
Yeah. I think we also had the same thinking. I think also when you're bouncing off, you bounce in the right direction.
I don't know what was going on with us in the summer.
I think that picnic, the Curtis Yarvin picnic, just made us like...
Which is crazy because I probably wouldn't be excited to go to that anymore.
No.
I wouldn't.
I've had the quickest like Twitter boredom trajectory, like 6 months.
Yeah.
Of just like, I'm really bored of this now.
But you weren't even on Twitter really before.
No, I
also it was
just
you who wanted to go to that picnic.
Yeah, I thought it'd be really funny, which it was.
It was really pretty funny.
It's like the only reason I do anything.
We just have like really short attention spans.
We're gonna be like I don't know, history podcast. What's another podcast? Memoir.
Black culture
review?
Podcast.
Black culture. Well, yeah, first on the.
Kanye. I personally found the apology really moving, but I've been in a big Kanye phase like over the last year, and I don't know if that's like projection, but I'm like ride or die for him.
I love him.
I love him.
I've loved him forever, like since I was 14.
Yeah.
Whatever. He's just clearly a genius.
Yeah.
And I think maybe because I've seen more of his phases as they were happening. Yeah. And because he does his apology, like...
this is part of his process, right? Yeah. Like, it's not like he's suddenly gone clear or something.
No.
This is what he does.
Well, I think it's more of a PR thing than maybe you do.
I mean, obviously it has the PR benefits because he's coming out with a new album, but I think it's also sincere. Like, I think he's the type of artist who, like, fully goes into a phase, like, fully, like, embodies it, and then gives it up really easily. And, like, both of those things are sincere. Like, they don't feel calculated with him.
No, they can't be.
But I think that is an artistic trait. Like, you see that with, like, David Bowie, and, like I think that marks out, like, the true, groundbreaking artistic minds. It's, like, the ability to just, like, fully, like, go where your curiosity takes you and, like, fully believe it, like, fully buy in, and then pivot to something else. But none of it's fake.
It's earnest. Like, he's so...
Yeah, and we're not used to that because everything is so engineered.
Yeah, I mean, I believe that in general about him. Like, I think, like, the stuff he did with, like, the Nazi symbolism and all the stuff, like, I think that was just his, like, earnest artists going to the extreme.
Yeah.
I think when I read the apology letter, I felt very, like, every time he does this, I'm like, oh, they got him again. Like, they just... And you know the personal trainer, Harley something?
I don't know that much about it.
He's a really weird guy. He would, like, coach... personal train.
Is this the one that got him on nitrous?
I think maybe actually, yeah.
Yeah. I think he was like texting someone and he was like, "Can I have the nitrous today?"
Oh really?
Yeah.
Oh my god, it makes me so. Oh.
That was like a year or more ago.
Well, and he told him he was like, you have two options. Either we sit down and we talk through this and we get to the truth and you have love in your heart and you don't have all this hate towards anti-Semitic hate. Or the alternative is we drug you and send you back to Zombieland. And
they said that?
Yeah, he said that in a text to him. We'll send you back to Zombieland. He said, play date with the children won't be the same.
Yeah.
Like they literally like, and he turned out to be this. He's like a weird blackmail like operation guy. He coached Ellen Page, and like some other celebrities that have kind of gone crazy. I think Amanda Bynes,
Right.
as well, like back in the day.
Okay.
So he has this like track record of they're just handlers, like they're handlers for
Yeah.
him. And when I read the apology, it was like, oh, he's back in Zombieland.
Yeah.
Like he's back.
Because Kanye said, like, you know, he can't be controlled, right? Because he doesn't have, like, dirt.
Yeah. Crimes.
And someone was saying, I think Milo was saying that about Nicki Minaj as well, the fact that she doesn't have citizenship, and like the music industry has like withheld that to keep control over her, when it would be really easy to get her citizenship.
Damn, I didn't know.
He did this dumb tweet about like, oh, it's like finally she feels safe with Trump, and that's why they're like holding hands. It's like only he has made her like feel safe.
He's like her werewolf like boyfriend.
But I guess like they do get to Kanye via his mental health and all the legal and like custody issues around his kids and everything.
Yeah, and he's been through so much like over his career, and I think part of the thing like he talks about bipolar and like, oh, I wasn't acting like myself. He's always been like since the start, like it's like a stereotype of him, like egotistical, like the bravado, the sort of manic energy. It's like part of him, and I've never seen him unless when he like really looks like he's on antipsychotics and he's like bloated and out of it. I've never seen him not be that level of like self-assured and kind of arrogant, and he just is a special person.
It's hard, right? Because like all the symptoms of mania, like believing that you are like the delusions of grandeur and stuff, like he has cause to believe that stuff. Like he genuinely is, like he's changed music like however many times. So it must be really hard if you're in that position and you're like alone in that, and then you also have the like mental fragility. I don't know. I think his craziness is real. I think like, because I was thinking about like the Epstein stuff as well, and you know he's got that line in World War III, and it's like why the fuck would you go to that island? Because like he's seen all that stuff, and like you know like with the spreadsheet and everything, with the Jewish doctor,
the Reds.
Yeah, exactly. But like he's seen, like he probably knows more about what's gone on that island than any of us do. So
100%.
to watch that happen and then have to like maintain your sanity.
Yeah, and pretend it's not happening. Like he's such an honest person. Like he says anything that comes to his mind.
Yeah.
For him not to say that must drive you just crazy.
Yeah, I think that's an autism thing as well.
Yeah, I could believe he's a bit like autistic, although I think he's, I don't know, the childlike. I think he's very like loving.
Yeah.
And in some ways quite emotionally intelligent, which isn't really an autistic trait.
I think autistic people like can be.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like remember the Hurricane Katrina bit where it's just like George Bush doesn't care about black people, and he just says it like with that complete lack of hesitation that is that's autistic to me, because it doesn't. You know you have an intensity about truth and justice, and you're like, obviously I would say that, like there's no thought about whether that's an appropriate thing to say or the consequences of it. It's just like, yeah, I'm gonna say that.
Yeah. But could you not also be like, that's courage, or that's like, courage?
Yeah, I think you both though. I think you can be
courageous autistic person.
Be a courageous neurodivergent person. You can be brave. What do you think about the brain injury angle? Because I mean, obviously it is a very well crafted apology, and also it doesn't really sound like him except in like a couple of bits where he's like, I love Jewish people. But yeah, the brain injury thing is real, isn't it?
That is very real. To be fair, that's the main, because that's so medically like true. It's just true. Like you get a brain injury and you just become a different person.
And you have the lack of impulse control, the lack of judgment.
Yeah, everything like kind of gets fucked up. That's why like
I have as well.
You and like wrestlers have the same issue. CTE.
So like banging my head on the wall like a retard, like a decade.
got wall like head banging disease. But I think that bit is kind of true. But I feel like he was, again, like all of those elements were there before. And I think the thing that with the apology letter, other than that it doesn't sound like him at all, other than in like a couple of sentences, he said he like lost grip with reality. But I think everything he said that wasn't like an artistic, statement or a joke, or like when he was sort of being like flamboyant or crazy, the stuff he actually said about like people who are in control of me. But you know what I mean? Like if you are bipolar and you have like, psychosis, you start believing these very actually unreal psychotic things. Whereas I don't think, what did he say, you think, that couldn't be explained?
I mean, he says he went a bit far.
Sure, I agree with that. I agree with that bit, yeah.
I mean, I think the Hitler song is actually an amazing song, and I think it is part of his artistic talent that he was able to go there.
Yeah.
I think you have to be either like able to go there even if you don't necessarily go there. Like,
yes.
If you want to like give yourself full creative freedom, you have to be able to explore the most taboo stuff. But I think if you're in a manic episode, then you're gonna like extreme ideas are like crack to you.
Sure.
And you'll go down that rabbit hole and you'll create like a whole belief system and stuff. And I feel like maybe that was a bit far. I don't know.
No, it was. I know. It sounds like the Nazi stuff, but I feel like
it was such a good song though.
The song's great. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
everything he does. But I feel like his actual complaint and the actual frustration he felt came from real things that happened to him and he's seen over his career. And to then be like, that's like a sign of your bipolar, is a complete loss of reality, is complete like, especially now with like Epstein files coming out, it's like actual proof of a lot of this stuff.
Yeah, he maybe mistimed it.
Yeah, he should have kept it. But I remember like some discourse, I think, on Twitter about how mentally ill people often say bigoted things, and that's a big part of it, and it's very uncomfortable for people, which I get, but it's like it's also a political system that they are talking in reference to. Like, let's say bigoted, I don't know what that even means, like if they're racist or whatever. But that is, it feels a bit like we have one ideology in power, and if you don't have that ideology's beliefs, you are deemed, same in like the Soviet Union, they would deem you like mentally unfit if you didn't believe the regime. And I'm not saying that I like whatever support whichever way it is, but it just seems like very convenient that the beliefs that are so opposed to the regime make you mentally ill and mean that you should be drugged and put in an asylum or whatever.
But I was actually, it was quite nice to see like left-wing people saying that and being like, yeah, this is part of mental illness, and you can't like write people off because of it, because there's a lot of like intra-leftist discourse around that, and I mean that was always, I mean that's the drum that I've been banging for like so long, about mental illness actually making you a bad person in lots of ways, and like those things which can't be normalized, which are never going to be like healthy and are never going to be like acceptable, but are still like, you're still like a human being who's deserving of compassion.
Yeah, sure.
I thought the whole reaction to the apology letter was like quite heartwarming, I think.
People like accepted it, they're like,
because
so
I'm so used to like a culture that can't think about like sin or forgiveness. And like, I don't know if it's just because it's Kanye. I don't know if anyone else could get away with that.
I think it's partly because it's Kanye. Like, he's on top of his like actual art and like output, he's also kind of lovable, so it's very difficult to hate him, I think. I do think he has got away with like insane things that no one else would get away with.
Because the same people will say like you can't play that like metal song because they've said stuff about eugenics or whatever.
Oh yeah. Which metal song? Is it some
Yeah,
European
it's just like
North...
discourse in like music scenes about like black metal bands and
Yeah, because
like
they have like
transgressive stuff.
weird neo-Nazi stuff with them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but he can kind of get away with it because it's Kanye, and because it's like kind of performance art.
I think there's also something to, because he's like a rapper, or because he's black, to be honest, where it's sort of seen as, I think to the system it's seen as less of a problem, like because it's like in a
Also,
in a
loads of
racist way.
rappers are anti-Semitic.
Yeah,
right?
it's like a crazy thing. And then like the Nicki Minaj thing with Trump, like it's almost like a low expectations thing that like liberals have, or like, you know, like middle class people have, where they're like, oh well, they can kind of do it and they don't have to.
Yeah.
Because I feel like if some like white indie band did it, it wouldn't be.
And there's the whole like Nation of Islam, like Louis Farrakhan tradition of like
Exactly.
black radicalism.
Yeah. Which I feel like is more allowed because it doesn't seem as much of a threat.
Yeah.
But he actually is a threat because he's so rich and powerful and influential.
Yeah.
So I think they had to
you think they got to him?
100%. Yeah, 100%. Like, I think I understand what you mean about the sincerity, and I think he actually has no hate in his heart, and I don't think he's like actually anti-Semitic and hateful and like wants to, you know, do anything like violent. But I think he's always had a sense of like justice, a sense of right and wrong. And I think he's been abused in the system for so long, and he's been like held down by so many different people who, you know, there's a pattern, as he showed on his like phone.
Yeah.
To then say that him reacting to it is mental illness, it just makes me feel, it makes me feel icky, makes me feel sick. And then I think having that, you know, the text saying like, we'll send you back to Zombieland is so like, it makes me,
And he's on like antipsychotics again now.
Yeah. And he's like performing. I love when he performs, but it does feel like, because it's like a really easy way to get money to perform. It's like a good, you know, money maker. And it feels like they're just like dragging him out to do it and to sort of get him on the sort of back on track to make other people money as well.
Yeah. I feel like he couldn't make like The Life of Pablo or something on antipsychotics.
No. He couldn't make anything. Like on antipsychotics, you're so out of it. You have no.
And when he says that thing in the apology about like the life expectancy of bipolar people being like 10 to 15 years, like lower than most people, like that's largely because of antipsychotics.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought because they do crazy shit.
Yeah, partly that, but partly it's like being on antipsychotics reduces your life expectancy by like 10 years.
Okay.
Just because of like the cardiovascular effects, the metabolic effects.
Sure.
You just get obese and you do less exercise. You don't have the energy.
Right. Okay. I get. Yeah.
Like lithium kills the thyroid.
Oh yeah, lithium's really bad.
Yeah.
I think I just object to. I think that sometimes like you get these artistic people and then they, because they're a bit strange, they get involved in certain situations that normal people don't get involved with. And then they get like abused or they get fucked over because they have more of a childlike affect.
They get betrayed. Because I think he, like, if he's autistic, which I think he probably is, like, he has a theory of mind where he thinks everyone is like him and everyone is telling the truth, everyone's sincere, and then, you know, you're in that position where you're like the star, and you've just got people fucking you over constantly, like, that's going to give you, like, a personality disorder or something, never mind bipolar, like...
like, his friendship with Jay-Z
was... Jay-Z.
That was like a really big thing for me because I listened to both of them, and he was like Jay-Z was like a mentor to him. Because I literally has a song about him called Big Brother on Graduation.
Yeah.
And there was such a close relationship. And then as soon as he started acting a bit crazy, like in like recent years, not even that recent, Jay-Z like just completely...
Stop saying Jay-Z.
I'm saying it like that. But he just completely like got rid of him. He just dropped him. because it was too much trouble. And I think he realized then that he was being used.
Hasn't Jay-Z just left the country as well because of the Epstein stuff?
He was on the island.
Yeah.
Why the fuck did he
No,
go on the island?
he's really dark.
He's dark. I think, I have this whole thing about them, but like, basically, Jay-Z, all right, he wanted to make money. He was like, he came from a poorer background. He had this like kind of chip on his shoulder, and he was like, I want to become a millionaire. I want to like get my people, my black people out of the hood, and like he has this sort of political thing.
Have that, right?
Yeah, but I think because Kanye was middle class and kind of upper middle, because his mum was a professor at a university.
Like he wasn't into gang stuff, right?
No. He was always very clean. That was like one of the things in early Kanye was that he had like the polo shirt and he was like very clean cut.
And he was like doing like indie stuff and
like working with like indie people and trying to make art rather than like some rap, which is